Hello everyone and welcome to the sh404SEF webinar sponsored by CloudAccess.net. sh404SEF is the most popular extension for Joomla SEO and URL management. My name is Ryan Bernstein. I'm going to be your host and moderator. My friends call me Bernie, and I'm from CloudAccess.net. We are the official and exclusive host of the demo trial of Joomla at demo.joomla.org. Joomla chose us to be the host of that demo site because our entire company is set up specifically for Joomla. It's the only content management system we work with, and we're unique because you can pick up the phone and give us a call to get help with your Joomla site. You can also submit online tickets and use live chat to speak with one of our Joomla support specialists directly. I'm really excited about today's webinar because you're going to learn all about this very, very cool extension, sh404SEF. It is truly an all-encompassing SEO and URL management extension. It allows you to view Google Analytics through the back end of your Joomla site. It allows you to remove duplicate URLs, get the shortest, most significant URLs for your site, improve your web rankings, add social media buttons to your site, monitor social sharing directly through the back end, customize page titles and page descriptions, and it allows you to satisfy Google recommendations for SEO. Now, during the webinar, please be on the lookout for a 30% off coupon offering for sh404SEF. Now, your presenter today is Jessica Dunbar. She is joining us from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and she is the marketing director at anything-digital.com. Hey, Jessica, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everyone.
How are you doing?
Good evening. Good morning.
Yeah, we do have attendees.
Good.
We do have attendees from all over the world, and folks, you should know that Jessica is a true generalist specialist. She understands the science and creative aspects of inbound marketing, and she's trained in interpreting data to create profitable websites. Now, just a little bit about Anything Digital before we pass the presentation to Jessica. Anything Digital offers handcrafted add-ons and extensions for Joomla. They are skilled and professional developers there. They're focused on quality and performance, and they have outstanding customer service. I've heard absolutely wonderful things about their customer service, and they offer tools to help clients of all types build great websites with enterprise class SEO, calendaring, powerful search options, and translation managers. Now, just as a note, I am recording this webinar. You can find a copy of it later on our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/cloudaccess. I'm going to show you that in just a little while. I'll also offer you a place to follow up with Jessica and the folks at Anything Digital, anything-digital.com. And also, as a note, please locate that GoToMeeting slide-out question area. You can post a question, and I'm going to moderate those to Jessica at the end of her presentation. And you can follow up and find out more about the extension. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pass the presentation over to Jessica. Please know that we have over 300 people registered for today's webinar, and we may not be able to get to any question, but again, we'll offer you a solution, and that's the Anything Digital Support Forum. So, Jessica, I'm going to pass the presentation to you now.
Okay, here's my contact information. If you would like to find my slides, I already have them uploaded to SlideShare, our Twitter address, my email address, and of course the 30% coupon, which we'll display a couple times throughout this presentation. So we're going to talk about learning SEO for Joomla 3 using sh404SEF. The pure existence of sh404SEF is to improve search engine rankings. Before I get started, I want to thank everyone at Cloud Access. They actually host anythingdigital.com, and Bernie spent a great amount of time helping me prep for this webinar, and I'm very thankful for that. So thank you, Bernie. You did a great job.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for hosting with us. We're going to have a couple other webinars with Anything Digital too, so stay posted. We'll kind of introduce some of our upcoming free webinars towards the end as well.
Perfect. So, before I get started, I'm Jessica Dunbar. I've been heavily invested in Joomla and SEO for many years. I'm the marketing director at Anything Digital, our Joomla development shop based here in Milwaukee. Thank you for the invitation to speak here today. As you know, I'll be speaking about sh404SEF, an SEO add-on for Joomla that we distribute. Before I begin, I'd like to give some acknowledgments to my team members. They rock. Vic Drover, he's the CEO of Anything Digital. Myself, Valley is our lead support, and he is based out of Romania. Jeff is our lead developer. Yannick is the brains behind sh404SEF. He is a strategic partner with Anything Digital. And Ron from Canada, he's our project manager. So that is the team that works with sh404SEF. Expectations for this presentation, I want to talk about, of course, sh404SEF and SEO. The SEO concepts and best practices that guide our development process are important, so I'm going to discuss in some detail and then tie into what sh404SEF does, followed up with a live demo of a practical installation, and then I'll show you a few configuration options. Google Analytics. How many people here are using Google Analytics on the back end of their website? If you just want to chat, you can let me know if you're using Google Analytics.
Yeah, a lot of people responding, yep, me, I do. One, yep, I'm using Google Analytics, and maybe
Perfect.
About 30 or 40 more people are now responding, yep, we do too. Here too, okay. Just about everybody does.
Great. So Google Analytics is one of the top most powerful tools out there for monitoring and analyzing your traffic on your website. It gives you an enormous amount of data about who's visiting your site, what they're looking for, how they're getting to your site. Any business that wants to expand needs to be using Google Analytics. I log into Analytics on a daily basis. Having this on the back end of my Joomla site gives me data quick at a glance. I keep an eye on traffic volumes and referrals, and as I collect data, I can improve my content. Compatibility. sh404SEF, we actively recruit developers, colleagues to ensure compatibility between their extensions. These are just a couple of collaborations that we have with Joomla Works, Red Component, Red Shop, UThemes, and of course JCal. All components are compatible with sh404SEF. However, some components like JCal Pro, Red Shop, and K2 contain specialized plugins that maximize SEO potential and allow customization of the URL patterns. If your extension doesn't have a specialized plugin, that's perfectly fine. sh404 has some other options you can use to provide canonical URLs and many other features that I will show you later in the presentation. Ultimately, all of these features simply help you rank better in the search engines. The Titles and Meta Tag Manager. It's now so much easier to modify a large number of titles and meta tags. Users and search engines want to know the topic of your pages. Google recommends using brief and descriptive title tags. Titles should both be short and informative. In the back end of your webmaster tools, you can see if there's duplicated title tags and lots of other good information. While description tags aren't necessarily a search engine ranking factor, the description meta tag generally improves click-through rates. The description gives Google and other search engines a short summary of what the page is about. Where in the page title it may be a few words or a phrase, the description is a little bit longer and can be a short paragraph. There is a easy content analysis in sh404SEF that tells you if your titles or descriptions are too long or too short. Does anyone know how Joomla generates URLs?
Let's see. Waiting for responses. Jean-Pierre says yes. Rob says no. Mark says not really.
Okay. So Google recommends that you understand your content management system and that you're familiar with how your pages are displayed on a website. Blogs and forums related systems often show multiple formats. For example, a blog entry may appear on the home page of a blog and also on an archive page. And page entries with the same label or tagging can often result in duplicate content. Joomla, most of the SEO deficits that we identified in sh404SEF are related to how the URLs are generated. So let's go over some basics. SEF URLs are generated from the menu system of Joomla and not the structure of your content. So it's not based on the categorization of your content, it's actually based off of the menus. Duplicate content. Duplicate content is content that appears on the internet in more than one place, generally a URL. When there's multiple pieces of identical or similar content on the internet, it's difficult for search engines to decide which version is the most relevant. So to provide the best search engine experience, they will rarely show multiple pieces of the same content. And then you're leaving it up to search engines to choose the best. We should not rely on search engines. We should be picking out our version of the best content. Just using sample data in Joomla, we can easily create 3 different URLs to the same article by placing them in different menus or using different menu item types. The structure of the items, of the menu items, are not generated from the categories of the content. So not only do we have duplicate content issues on our hands, we can easily break the categorization of the content organization, which is quite an insult to the people who are spending a lot of time categorizing and putting content in the website, don't you think? Search engines. They don't know which versions to rank for your search queries. So when duplicate content is present, site owners suffer rankings and traffic losses. So in summary, sh404SEF identifies all of the duplicate URLs for one content item and points them to a master URL, thus completely preventing duplicate content penalties. Whenever SEO best practices, whenever content on a site can be found on multiple URLs, best practices, you should canonicalize your URLs for search engines or using a 301 redirect. Sometimes URLs get cut off when you are sharing, just like I did on the first day at Anything Digital. I tweeted out a promotion we were running and it resulted in a 404 page. This is what displayed to my users, luckily. Having a useful 404 page, users will occasionally come to a page that doesn't exist on your site, either by a broken link or a Twitter mishap like I tweeted recently. Having a custom 404 page that kindly guides users back to a working page on your site can greatly improve users' experience. Your 404 page should have some links back to your home page and also provide popular links to related content on your site. So as you see, the jump /Joomla3SEO.html was the actual link that I was trying to get people to click on. It was just happened to be cut off with Twitter. So you can increase your conversions and actually turn a 404 page into a converting page by having a helpful 404 page. Social sharing has never been more relevant for on-site SEO. sh404 has a complete suite of tools to maximize impact of frictionless social sharing on your websites. Creating compelling content and writing your content with love is step one of any part of SEO. Once that is complete, users know good content when they see it. They'll easily share it, direct it to other users, post it on blog posts, and share through social media. Organic word of mouth is what helps build your site's reputation for both users and Google. Security. Excuse me one moment, my throat is a little bit dry. Security generally is not the first thing that people think of when you think of SEO. Security exploits are devastating to SEO. The recovery process is long. Having an additional security protocols that helps your site from common exploits such as cross-scripting, hacks, malicious page requests, flooding attacks, robots spamming your input forms. We use Project Honeypot, and I'll discuss that shortly. In fact, a lot of users simply implement sh404SEF for security purposes, and these features can be added independently of the URL writing features. So Project Honeypot. Project Honeypot is a lot like the Joomla community. It's a huge collection of people from all around the world working together to track email harvesters and to help stop spam. Some of the members run just small personal blogs and receive only a little bit of web traffic. Others manage national ISPs with tens of thousands of subscribers. What is common between them all is they are all doing their part in to fight to protect the internet. Project Honeypot is free. All you need is a username and login, and sh404 will create the necessary steps going forward, and I'll show you that in our live demo. So basic installation for sh404, what I recommend that you need is a Google Analytics login with only one website connected to that login, and that's simply for security purposes. Project Honeypot, a little bit of security. You simply just need the login, and of course sh404SEF. This is a coupon code, CloudAccess30, that will expire July 3rd. And I'm going to put our contact information up here for you. Do we have any questions before I get into the live demo?
Yeah, you know, there were a few questions posted. Steve asked a question about his particular instance. He was wondering how to reset his Google Analytics through the component, and I advise Steve to go to your forum, the support forum, you know, with those unique issues you're experiencing. And Jessica, it may be useful to post a link to that forum now to show everybody that.
Sure.
A few folks were also wondering about that SlideShare link that you're showing right now. That's slideshare.net/Jessica Dunbar to get the slides, and I'm sure we can share that via some social networks later if you're following either Anything Digital or Cloud Access.
Yes, that is correct. So support is...
We do have a lot of people sharing where they're from in the world.
Where's everyone from?
Angel is from Madrid, and Daniel is from Buenos Aires. Let us know where you're attending from. Jim is from New York City. Wow. Denmark.
Awesome.
Florida, Long Island, New York, Rotterdam in the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, wow.
Very nice.
Serbia, Dallas, Texas, Indiana, Sweden, Milwaukee.
Wow, that's very exciting. Milwaukee? Who's from Milwaukee?
Texas, France, Colorado, South Africa. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Michigan, right around the corner.
Okay, I'm just pulling up our support forum links.
You know, we did have a few other questions I want to get to quickly here.
Okay, perfect.
Karsten posted something about Piwik, and wondering if your component works with the, is it Piwik or Piwik, the analytic system?
It is not integrated in. I can look into that. Let me...
Maybe a good topic for the forum. And Ove has also asked about VirtueMart, if it's compatible with VirtueMart. You did post several compatibility, compatible components already, but do you know offhand if it's compatible with VirtueMart?
It is compatible with VirtueMart. While there are some special configurations that need to be set up, on our forums there's a lot of VirtueMart questions. Because of the multiple products and the filters, it creates a lot of different links. But yes, it is compatible with VirtueMart. I would highly suggest reading through our documentation if you're going to integrate with VirtueMart.
All right. You know what? Here's that support forum that Jessica was talking about.
Okay. Are there any more questions before I get into the demo?
Yeah, sure. We can get to a couple more. There are many questions posted. Rob has posted a question. What if you build a custom menu, not using the menu system in Joomla or a third-party menu system, just a link-based menu system?
sh404 actually detects the links through the database, so it will also canonicalize your URLs through, even if you do just a link menu, if you simply post links.
All right. And Angel has posted a question. I have problems with duplicate content generated by the lateral modules. That does sound like an individual issue, maybe something for the forum here.
Yes, I would suggest going to the forum for individual issues, just because I would want to be asking the version and a lot of information about your Joomla install, what other extensions you have, and it's a little bit timely to discuss. So I highly recommend our support forums.
Okay. Let me know when you want to proceed with your demo. We have many more questions here. Jip posted one about Google. Jip posted, why use a different Google account for every website?
For every website, there's multiple reasons. If you create all of the analytics accounts in under one email address, what happens when your user wants to move away from your service? They don't have access. You can share it with them. But another reason is for security reasons. So in the back end of sh404SEF, you need to choose the domain name, and you want to keep that separate from the rest of your Google Analytics accounts. In general, best practice, you should be setting up analytics accounts individually and then sharing them with a main account if that's what's easiest for you.
All right. Let's see. We have so many people responding where they're from: Romania, Spain, Boston. Don't forget Boston.
Don't forget Boston.
We
couldn't
possibly forget Boston.
Here is. Okay. So I'm going into components under the control panel. And when I go into configuration, are you seeing my screen now?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So analytics, right now I have my personal website, so I have the enable data turned off, but generally this will be set to yes. That will input the analytics code on all of the pages of your website. And right here is where you can log in to your analytics account. And then it's simply save and close. And you can see your page views right here. The second part of setting up sh404SEF is the security and Project Honeypot. While I was discussing that with you, if you are logged into Project Honeypot, your access key will immediately display, and you can copy that. And you paste that access key right there and save and close. That will get you started with sh404SEF. I can go through the rest of and explain some of the configuration options, but I wanted to show you a basic install and how easy it is to install and manage. A lot of times this is plenty for web administrators to get started with URL optimization. Do we have any questions before I go through some configuration?
Lots of questions, yeah.
Okay. Why don't you pick out a couple?
Yeah, Mohammed posted one. Is there a known conflict with the Akiba admin tool?
I don't believe so. Is there something specific that's happening?
Mohammed, if you want to follow up, let us know. Simon posted a question.
Akiba backup is, we work with Nicholas on a regular basis with other extensions that we have with Watchful. So I know we're both very proactive on working together with Akiba.
Okay. Simon from Holland posted a question. Is sh404SEF a security offer similar to Akiba admin tools? Or
no.
Okay.
No, it does have security features, but it's mainly for spam bots and for your forms to keep spammers off of your site or malicious attacks that will affect your SEO. So if you've ever searched in the search engines and your site gets hacked and you see the Viagra title tags, that is what sh404SEF will help secure.
All right. And a question from Franks. And Franks love Joomla, by the way. We have 4 Franks in today's webinar. Honeypot is required for, is it?
It is not required. It is absolutely not required. In the configuration manager, you can just click no. It's just a feature that I highly recommend.
Okay. A couple folks are saying, great, thanks, cool, thanks, Ove and Rob.
Okay.
Lots of more questions, but let's go ahead with the demonstration.
Okay.
We'll get to more.
So, other configuration options. Your replacement character, you can choose what you want it to display. For instance, if there's an @ sign in your page title, sh404 will automatically replace unknown characters with a dash. You can change this to an underscore. I recommend leaving this, but there are some specific instances where that may be necessary. All lowercase. I generally turn this feature on, specifically because I don't like uppercase and lowercase in my URLs. It's just a simple preference for me. Your short URLs. So you can create a short URL or a SH URL for every page on your site. And what those short URLs will do is we can go to anythingdigital.com. Instead of me saying go to anythingdigital/forum.extension/sh404SEF, I can simply say go to anything-digital.com 34K like kitten, and it will take you to our support forum. I'm not going to go into the advanced parts here, but this is where you can choose your handlers, your sh404 handler. You can use a plugin if your extension comes with a plugin, or you can simply use the Joomla router, so the built-in Joomla SEF router to manage your URLs. SEO management. You can change your H1s, so if you have multiple H1s in your content by accident, you can turn this on and it will automatically create your multiple H1s into H2 heading tags. Page titles. This is where I get creative a lot of times. With page titles, we will have a title separator. So the page title will come here, and then after is what you can add to append. So I would put anything digital. Then all of my page titles will display. Let's see if I can grab an example here. With Joomla news, and then make that bigger. And we'll automatically append anything digital on the back end of it. We can move on to social. I'll actually take you into the plugin manager. This is where you can add in your social information for tracking, where you want your social buttons to be located. You can put in you can decide whether you want to show your like buttons, a send button, where you want the layout to be. And you can decide on colors, the width. There's a lot of options for Facebook. With Twitter, you can also choose some different button layouts and decide if you want to show the tweet button. So you can also decide on which social media pieces you want to share on each page. Once the users click the tweet button, you can have them automatically tweet at your username. Pinterest. How many people are actively using Pinterest? I hope everyone. It's a great way to generate more traffic and leads to your website. But here is how you can display your Pin It button. Google+. You can show your Google+ buttons and a badge. You can put your page that you want to link to right in this area. So let's go to our I can close.
A lot of people using Pinterest and a lot of people saying sort of, no way, and a lot of others saying, what is Pinterest?
Perfect. So here's where your social media buttons show. And as you see, you can tweet. It makes your content easily shareable. Do we have any? Oh, I added the app button. That doesn't need to be in there. Do you have any questions so far with the social aspects of setting that up and why it's important?
Let us know right now if you want to follow up about social. What about LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is not configured. There's not a piece in here that directly connects with LinkedIn. It is on our list, along with microdata is coming into sh404SEF. That's also a huge recommendation from Google. So those are some new features that will be coming in.
Okay, and Jip says microdata, yes. And let's see. Heidi posted, so those social buttons show on all pages, or is there a way to control which pages they appear on?
You can control which pages that they appear on by simply adding in a piece of code. I will put that in my slides for you, that little special piece of code. So you can put those social sharing buttons anywhere on your website in modules. It's just a simple piece of code that you enter. I will get an example of that. I'm going to show you the control panel, the URL manager. Basically, this is the URL manager. If you wanted to edit the URL to anything you wanted, you simply edit. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and purge all of these. Never purge on a live site, but since we're doing a demo, I will go ahead and do that. So then you will see your new URL that you just edited. Let's do a quick refresh. Another great piece is the 404 requests. This can show you a lot of information. If you notice right down here, the WP login, this is an attempted hack. So you can understand if people are coming. Also, if a URL somehow was broken, you can simply enter in the redirect and choose where you want that to redirect. So the .html was the broken one. We're going to put it into our services. So it acts pretty fast and will redirect your URLs immediately. The bulk editor. This is one of my favorite features of sh404SEF. You can add in all of your page titles and all of your descriptions in one place. It gives you your both URLs here, and as you're typing your page titles, you can see the content analysis here for your page titles and your description. So if you get really long, let's type away, you'll see the red button telling you how many characters you're over for Google's recommendations. Again, this is one of my favorite features. I don't enter any metadata into articles anymore. I simply use the bulk editor and do it all at once. And that's how I set up my content. I just end up copying and pasting, and it goes really quick.
Hey, Jessica.
Yes.
Can you comment on, Betty had a question, why are keywords not available in the bulk editor?
Keywords are not a recommendation of, they're not used with Google anymore. Keywords also, you're showing your competitors exactly the keywords that you're targeting, so you don't really want to add those into your articles anymore. I'm actually going to check. I haven't looked at keywords in a long time. Let me see. Key reference. Joomla 3, oh, they do allow for keywords. You can still put in meta keywords. What I found is if you use meta keywords and you use the search on your website, it will pull up additional pages if you add in alternate keywords. But I don't recommend putting them in. Your competitors know exactly the keywords that you're targeting. And actually, I'm happy to answer any more questions, or if there's anything specific you'd like me to demo on the back end here, let me know.
Yeah, there's a ton of questions. You know what, let's kind of stick with what you're talking about most recently. Linda posted a question. If you have a meta description into a menu item and enter it in the sh404 URL manager, which does it use?
sh404 will override anything that you have entered into Joomla.
Yeah, really good question. And a good question from Jip. When you purge the cache, what's deleted?
Yes.
And what's purged, what's kept, and so on?
Okay, so you've seen me purge my URLs. When you make changes to how your URLs are generated, so let me actually go into the configuration again. Let me, one second. So if you're changing maybe how the page titles, and you save and close, this is going to affect a large amount of URLs. And you'll want to purge them. So you can see your edits. So you can see I added any on here. I didn't put a space in. But once I purge the URLs, then you'll see the effects take place. Do not do this on a live site. Only in the demo. You should have sh404 configured before you push live, so you know exactly what your URLs and you have your titles exactly how you want them to be. But any major configurations with sh404 is when you'll want to purge the URLs, and then it'll regenerate your new URLs.
Yeah, Gary posted a question. Why not purge on a live site?
Because Google will have your URLs indexed, and they may return 404s for a short period of time. So whenever you have major URL changes or major, actually I recommend any changes to your Joomla site besides content editing, simply do it on a dev environment. But Google, it caches the URLs. When you change that structure and how your URLs are displayed, you may get 404s, and Google might have some complaints for you.
Okay. Now, kind of getting back to the beginning and compatibility, a lot of different questions about the compatibility with other components like JFB Connect, Chronoforms, CBLOD, and a question about which is the recommended shopping cart. You did mention Red Shop. Is that what you guys prefer to work with?
It does have a customized plugin, yes, I like Red Shop. It depends on how many products. Personally, e-commerce sites become quite extensive with SEO in general. There's lots of filtering, lots of different e-commerce issues that can happen. Red Shop definitely is working with us, and that's what I would recommend for any of your shopping cart. But it would honestly depend on the specifics of your cart. If you have 1 or 2 downloadable items, I'd probably recommend just using PayPal.
Okay. And, you know, the other ones, Cblod, Chronoforms, JFB Connect, any sort of blanket information about compatibility?
So the compatibility, it will work with all extensions. If there's not a specific plugin, you can buy component, and all of your components will show up here. You can use the sh404 plugin, and if it ends up having, if you're seeing some interesting URL issues, you simply can choose to use the Joomla router, and that will generate URLs off of Joomla rather than sh404 for that specific component.
Great. So directly in the configuration area, you can see what it's compatible with and what it's not once it's installed?
Yes. So compatibility shouldn't be an issue because you can simply use the Joomla router for any component. It's a different way of how the URLs are managed rather than a compatibility issue. But yes, that's one of the big questions we have. sh404 has a huge list of compatible plugins. I believe it actually has the most add-ons in the Joomla extension directory.
Okay, a lot of folks asking, can we access this presentation afterwards? Yes, you can. I'm going to steal the presentation back in just a little while from Jessica, but you can access this at youtube.com/cloudaccess. It will be ready for you later today. Let's see. You want another question?
Sure, we'll take one more question, and then I'm going to let you guys have a great rest of your afternoon, morning, evenings, whatever time zone you happen to be in.
All right. Let's see. Let's find a good one here. Lots of good questions. Joe comments that 1 hour is too short. It definitely is, and you know, you can go to that support forum to follow up with Jessica, and also to follow up with the support team there. Kind of just browsing through the questions. You know, a lot of folks were asking about microdata, and we kind of glanced over it, but do you want to just backtrack and give an overview of that again?
Okay, so microdata, the easiest way that I explain it is it's similar to heading tags. So you organize your content with H1s, H2s, H3s in order of importance. Microdata organizes and tells search engines about your content, and it generally is either people related. It is, actually I can show you an example of authorship fairly quick. Let's do. There we go. So in microdata, we have a little bit implemented. It talks about the author. So you're telling Google who's the author of the content. You can tell them the date of your content. Breadcrumbs are all things that microdata can display. So it tells a lot of information about your website, and it's just semantic HTML that you put into your code. schema.org is where you can find a lot of good information about that. It actually took me a very long time. I mean, I had to read like 4 articles to actually understand microdata to a good knowledge. But like I said, it's similar to adding H1s to your template or to your content. It's simple, and it's just organizing your content with semantic HTML. Does that help?
Yeah, it helps me. I think a lot of people saying thank you, a lot of other questions. So I'm going to steal the presentation back here.
Yes. Yesterday, yes, go ahead.
Actually, you're posting right now your SlideShare information again, and remember that coupon code is at the bottom of the list there, CloudAccess30, to get that promotional offer for the component. So I'm stealing the presentation back now. You should be able to see my screen, and this is our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CloudAccess. I'm going to scroll down here and go to our special webinars playlist. Open this one up later today. This webinar will be available for you to view again. Jessica, Tim posted that this is the first webinar I joined. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Tim. Actually, this is my first live webinar, so I'm very interested in some feedback and recommendations on anything that you would have liked to see covered. I left it pretty basic. I didn't get into the advanced features. But yes, 1 hour is too short, and thank you for being part of the first live webinar. It's pretty exciting.
Karsten says that, he says, good job, like the way that you're presenting. Thank you to both of you. Thank you. Lots of smiley faces. So, yeah, you did a great job, Jessica. And I just want to show the support forum here one more time. anything-digital.com/forum/extension/sh404SEF. So lots of thank yous, and come to the forum if you want to follow up. I want to thank everyone for attending and remind you that we have several other special upcoming webinar events. Next week on Monday, we're going to host a webinar for AEC. This is an extensive membership and subscription system for Joomla. We hope to see you there as well. And really excited about an upcoming Bootstrap webinar with Ryan Boo from Happy Dog Web Development Company, and he's going to come in and teach us how to build a custom template built on Joomla, the Bootstrap framework for Twitter. And Steve Burge is going to come in from OS Training and teach us about how to speed up your Joomla site. That's on July 15th. Jessica's going to come back for JCal Pro, a calendaring and collaboration webinar for Joomla. And Sander Potcher, I'm probably mispronouncing his name. I should probably learn it because he's part of the Joomla leadership team, and he is the developer for the ACL Manager. He's going to come in on July 29th and do a webinar with us on the ACL Manager, which really is going to help users understand that the access control list. And there's a lot of cool tools here to understand the user manager and permissions and things like that. So, Jessica, you did a fabulous job. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you as well. I hope we can do another one. We have JCal, and maybe we could do an advanced sh404SEF where I can get into some more features.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
That'd be awesome.
And thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks for attending. Good luck developing that site and working with sh404SEF. And take care, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.